What's up, everybody, and welcome to this week's the Screen Crusaders podcast. This is me, Tex-Mex Morty, and with me here, we got our friendly neighborhood movie junkie, Mr. JT over there, and also with us, we have a creature of the night, the Reaper.
That's a bit unnecessary, isn't it? I like to
Maybe.
like to think myself
this-
as a well-respected individual.
Well, this
There's
is
no need for demonization like that.
Well,
Especially
we need
not
to
with the
go
Toby
big or
screen.
go home. Go big or go home off our first episode. All right, so you
I'd say
guys.
it's a little too much.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll tone it down from now on. How's that? How's that, Reeps?
Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot.
All right. Well,
Stupid Toby screen.
we are the Screen Crusaders. So we're going to be talking about what we look forward to in 2021 or what we've seen in 2021. But before that, let's kind of go back a little and maybe discuss for a few minutes about the shit last year called 2020. That fucking piece of shit year. It was, in my opinion, pretty bad in terms of not only because of the pandemic and all that, but also because entertainment took a hit. Wouldn't you guys say?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we'll just start with a little, like, maybe do a top 2 movies, top 2 games, maybe that you've played 2020 before we get started on what happened in 2021, or as I should say, what's going to happen. But we'll start with you, Reeps. Any highlights, like movie highlights that you thought, or anything like that?
I was
Anything
gonna
you
say
can
like a
remember?
whole lot of stuff was not good. At least for movies, like not good this year. Oh, like big blockbuster stuff. I would say no.
Well, let's see, like,
Except for Sonic.
well, it's not, okay, that one was pretty fun in my opinion. But what about so you said a lot of shit, and I agree. But what would be like maybe the top 2 worst ones that you saw last year?
Wait, Wonder Woman came out last year.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, that was
Okay, yeah.
Is that gonna be your top one or your top
that
2?
would probably have to be like my top one.
Okay.
At least one that like really just like kind of like got out of its way to get me frustrated with it. Yeah,
Okay. Well, without spoilers, what was like the worst thing about that movie for you?
everything. No, I just really didn't like it. I don't get how you go from grounded World War I film with a lot of depth in it to Magic Rock and Pedro Pascal just being over the top. Everyone being over the top in that movie.
Honestly, though, he was like the best part of that movie.
Yeah, he was.
He was.
Life's good, but you can be better.
But I'd have to probably agree. I'd say my top 2 worst movies were actually both comic book movies. I had a decent amount that I didn't care for. But New Mutants, that thing, everything just felt so forced.
It was really not needed.
Yeah,
and it didn't
no.
go anywhere.
Well, and it was dull. It's like nothing that happened really mattered to me. And
here's the thing, like I felt like it had a lot of potential. Just like kids like that, like trying to, connect with each other in their enclosed space. But the thing is, like, they were trying to force like, oh, okay, well, this is like a Breakfast Club thing. They even had like a dance,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, that's
Reeves,
a scene in it.
yeah, Reeves, I totally agree with you because, like, when I was watching the movie in theaters, it felt like 3 different, like, movies all stitched into
No,
one.
yeah, I agree with that.
It's like
yeah.
different directions at different scenes. I'm like, what is going on here? But it didn't make any sense to me.
Didn't
well,
make any sense.
well, to me, I just didn't care about anything. I didn't
Well,
like
they
the
have
character
no chemistry either.
Wait, let me talk. If I was gonna say, they had no chemistry. They felt forced. We were supposed to care of them because of that one Breakfast Club dancing montage, but overall, it was just like no characters I cared about. They could all die, and I would not even bat an eye. I'd be like, okay, movie's over, great. Visuals were kind of story was very and I just did not like it.
Except for the little Spyro that shoves.
Okay, yeah.
yeah.
Lockheed.
Lockheed,
I
yeah,
call him a little Spyro because it's basically what it is.
yeah. But and it did the whole Fant Four Stick movie shit where they're like trying to drop subtle like, oh, this is their nicknames. This is
I remember that movie that we'll call ourselves the Foot, and then it just ends.
Well, what about you, JT? You saw New Mutants, right?
Yes, I did.
Yay, nay.
It was not the best Marvel movie. I mean, 20th Century Fox movie, but overall, it was bad. I saw it in theaters. It did not make any sense to me. I thought it was well put together, but once I looked at it from a whole different viewpoint, I'm like, nah, man. This is such a bad movie. I agree with Morty here. The visuals were not subpar, and just the overall story seems weak to me. I think that the director and the script itself kind of missed important elements where it didn't quite fit everything together because it was in development hell for a long time, which kind of slowed down the process of maybe in post production adding.
I actually thought they should. I actually thought they should have pulled the plug on it. I honestly did when they bought Fox, Disney, and such. I thought they should just be like, fucking life support, take it out.
Or you could just like totally tell why it was just in developmental hell. It's so jarring, and yeah, like you said, they should just pull the plug on that. It was just all of it was silly. The bear tornado thing.
Oh, I forgot about that. Well, and then
all their chemistry was really bad.
For my second pick, though, I'll have to agree with you. Wonder Woman, or actually not my second pick. My number one worst film for me was Wonder Woman.
And that sucks to
1984.
Because I was looking forward to it. Like I said, I really liked the first one a lot, and Patty Jenkins had like a better vision with that one. But this is just like a step back.
Oh yeah,
and
major.
I don't know if it's just trying to be like, and that's the thing. Like if it was trying to be lighthearted, that's one thing. But it's so goofy, the whole thing with Magic Rock, and also like taking place in the 80s. I didn't really do much.
No,
it was story.
Just,
it was just like, oh hey, it's 80s.
It
People
was
like
following
80s,
the Stranger Things shit,
right? And that's what I was gonna say. Like ever since like the Stranger Things, everything else has been just like, oh well, that's successful. People like 80s, so let's just put that in everything. Let's put that in movies. Put it in a whole bunch of TV shows.
I don't suppose you saw the Death Note live action movie.
No, I didn't.
They tried to do something similar. That one they put an 80s soundtrack when the movie doesn't even take place in the 80s.
Damn.
So it was like, I mean, it had like good music in my opinion. It was not bad 80s music, but it was like unnecessary.
But I'm like, like that's fine and all, but make it a way to where it fits in with the story, I guess, to why it takes place in the 80s. Or is it just like a reference? Like, is there like an 80s reference to Wonder Woman or something? Or like...
Not really. All right, so that we don't rant on this movie for like 40 minutes straight.
Yeah, let's move on. This is a whole topic for something else.
I was about to say, no, that let's just move on to JT's
we'll be here forever.
Top 2 worst picks.
Oh, my worst picks. Man, so it's got to be New Mutants. Like you guys said before, it lacked the story. The visuals were not subpar. But also my second worst pick is not Wonder Woman 1984. Actually, I appreciated the direction that Patty Jenkins went for. It was ballsy, and it did not work. But like the first Wonder Woman had 2 strong acts, Act 1 and Act 2, but the third act was bad. It's like so bad. But in Wonder Woman 1984, it had the first 2 acts were kind of but the third act was really strong with like the cheetah and Wonder Woman fighting. But Wonder Woman 1984 was to me a artsy type superhero movie. I think that you have to give Patty Jenkins credit for going out there and doing a artsy superhero movie that many people might or might not like.
Well, I personally didn't like the Wonder Woman cheetah fight because I couldn't see shit. It was like Alien versus Predator Requiem.
Wonder Woman versus cats.
Well, the little bit you did see was bad CG, and then the rest of it was dark as heck. It was like someone turn on a light in here.
I laughed at the part where Cheetah walks into the club and she's all she's all pretty looking, and the music like ooh ah ooh ah ooh ah.
But what was your number 1 pick then, Josh?
My number 1 pick is a Adam Sandler movie on Netflix called Hubie Halloween. It's a Netflix movie. It's so bad. Adam Sandler plays a character who loves Halloween so much that he protects his town. But it was so awful.
That's his stuff.
Kevin James is all in it, and
oh no, man,
it was a disaster.
Didn't an actual news reporter lose her job for portraying herself in that movie?
Yes.
Really?
Yep, somebody lost their job over that movie.
I didn't
damn
know
it.
Oh damn.
I bet she regrets that.
God, that sucks. Yeah, like yikes.
All right. Well, then let's look on the bright side real quick. It could be TV shows, it could be games, it could be movies. Top 2 best ones. You're starting with number 2 and going to your number 1. Let's start with you this time, JT, and then we'll go over to you, Reeps.
Awesome. So for games, the number 2 has got to be Last of Us Part 2. I thought it was an interesting take that the game directors did with 2 characters, Abby and Ellie. But overall, the first one is obviously the best PlayStation exclusive game.
Yes, very much so.
And, in the history of like PlayStation because of its groundness and be Joe and be Ellie in any given moment. And also the number 1 is Spider-Man Miles Morales. I thought that Insomniac did a fantastic job in following up with the original Spider-Man that came out in 2018, really, and it was a great game.
It's stunning also.
Yeah, for the movies, number 1 has got to be Sonic the Hedgehog. I mean, it was fun. Jim Carrey plays a great Dr. Robotnik, and it was so fun. I thought it brought 2020 to an era of hope for blockbusters, but again, it did not turn out that way. But Sonic the Hedgehog was a bright future in that movie.
Yep.
No, like I said, like it's fun. I didn't really expect like a whole bunch because of it being
No,
Sonic.
same here.
I was just like, it's just gonna be nice or something, and it actually was. It was the only thing like I'm like worst case scenario, it could just be like Smurfs. Like like the Tom and Jerry movie or stuff like that, like when cartoon characters like come to the real world like through a portal, it's like, oh, they're in our world, and then they do like a whole bunch of like pop culture references or something. But I like how they did the portal thing in this one because of the rings.
The ring.
That was actually cool. Like I like that.
Well, I felt like they respected the source material enough to be pretty good.
That design.
Yeah, but what was I gonna say? No, I was gonna talk about that on my list, but before that, what about you, Reeps? What were your? Again, it doesn't have to be 2 games, 2 movies. It could be 1 movie, 1 game, 1 movie, 1 TV show. So, what was your top 2 things?
It's not surprising, but yeah, WandaVision and Mandalorian.
WandaVision's this year. That's not 2020.
Oh shit! Then nothing.
So Mandalorian.
Mandalorian season 2, right?
I would agree with you with that one. Mandalorian was season 2 was just on another level. That thing was perfect. Made me cry at the end.
I think also I started watching The Mandalorian this past year, but the way that season 1 and season 2 really bounced off each other, because season 1 was kind of like the introduction of characters, but season 2 really built off season 1 with like the character development of Mando, and also the little green guy, which he has a name, Grogu, and all these other characters, and how they kind of build up their status throughout season 2. So overall, heck of a job. And also, that cameo at the end of the season really made it Star Wars like for fans and also for general audiences alike.
I was gonna say like literally saving Star Wars single-handedly.
Yep. After the train wreck of the new trilogy, they actually had a plan for this show, and I'm glad that they didn't just rush another thing out.
You can just tell that like Jon Favreau is just such a fan. Like he just respects all of it. The fact that he's like putting all these like old characters back in it, like that Boba Fett's back in the mix. Yeah, the Luke cameo at the end. Oh, and it's just like all this like Star Wars goodness that like the original ones had.
No
he's just bringing
spoilers. I mean,
you
granted,
didn't watch that yet. Too late.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like 5 months, but still, I'd rather not spoil shit for people. Well, for my top 2 picks, I'm gonna have to change mine real quick on the fly, because I was originally gonna put Sonic the Hedgehog. Again, wasn't expecting much, but it satisfied me, and it sounds kind of sad, but in a year when not a lot was good, that movie actually delivered to a certain extent to where I'm look back in the year and I'm like, okay, I guess that's my favorite movie.
Yeah, and I was gonna say like, and that's not even saying a whole lot.
No, that's not saying enough. Like, sorry, Sonic, I don't mean to diss you. You weren't that great, but you were the best of 2020. Hey, look on the bright side.
It's the most enjoyable thing that I can watch, not get frustrated.
My top two things then that I'm gonna change to is number 1, the Square Enix Marvel's Avengers game.
What? Are you serious?
No. That was a joke. That fucking game is trash.
You did it now. I can see you opened up the floodgates.
No, that game was trash. The combat is all repetitive, and everyone feels the same. No, my number 2, I'll have to put as Demon Souls now, because I'm still playing it, but it's rage inducing, but it's one fucking hell of a game. It's so addictive. It consumes you.
It's too much pain.
But it's like it's like that meme you sent me with the Fairy Odd Parents. It's, you die and then you're like, go over
back with weapons.
Yeah, you go back and you bring back a new weapon to go kick this motherfucker's ass. But my top
Just
one,
rinse, repeat.
my top one of the year the number one project that I loved all of like hands down. My favorite thing last year was Ghost of Tsushima.
Mm-hmm.
That game just had everything for me.
Same for me, yeah.
And that thing, the art style was beautiful. The graphics were beautiful. I mean, some of the textures were muddy, but especially playing it on the
Wonderful
PS5
voice acting also.
with 60 frames per second and everything like that. In checkerboard, I think it's 1440p.
Yep.
It just looks stunning.
When you're riding your horse through like the grain fields and stuff like that.
It's just you had so many key moments. The combat was fleshed out enough to where I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And like you said, the voice acting was fantastic.
Japanese voice
I played
acting,
in Japanese. I wanted to do English, but I don't know. I just felt
but
like
you can even do it like black and white, like an old samurai movie.
Ooh.
Also, yeah, it's really cool. I have to show it to you.
And then they threw in the Legends multiplayer that we played a few times. That was pretty fun.
That's my favorite aspect of the game right now.
Yeah.
It's so much fun, and I have a really good time playing with you and stuff.
Yeah, no, it's a fun time with friends, and it's a fun time doing the single player. It's one of the few games within past years that I've put 80 hours in it or more. And I didn't even feel like it. I put 80 hours to platinum that game.
Oh, I want to add another movie that I thought that was really fun that me and Reap saw in theaters. It was Freaky.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a movie with Vince Vaughn, and it kind of took like
lots of words.
Freaky Friday to like a whole new level. There it is. Freaky Friday to the whole new level with like the serial killer instance. And Reeps and I, we watched it in theaters and we was like laughing our butts off. It was fantastic.
But you know what's weird? It's like that movie. It is gory, but like when I saw the kills, like it didn't feel like gory. I mean, did you get that or?
Yeah,
No,
I
yeah.
totally
it's
agree.
because like they played it off, I guess it was like funny in a way. But I was just like,
there was not a lot of weight to the
a guy
kill.
gets sawed in half, but there's not much weight to it. I was like, yeah.
All right, so now let's move on to see about doing the, I guess, 2021 now that we're here. The first 3 months have gone by, and honestly, I've been prepping more to start this than actually watching and doing stuff like that. I'm still playing games from 2020, but how about you guys? What have you seen in the first 3 months or played in the first 3 months that you guys actually have enjoyed?
Yeah, for me, I saw, I kind of...
hold on real quick. Let's just start off in sections so that we don't go all over the place.
Sorry.
Let's start off with TV shows. Any TV shows y'all seen that are worthy of attention right now?
For me, WandaVision.
Of course.
Yeah, that with
Marvel, I think that was the only TV show that I saw in the last 3 months because of all this hype that's going to build up to, the upcoming months and upcoming years that Marvel has been planning for us for like generations to come. So that's the only TV show that I've seen for the last 3 months. But the movie that I've seen from this past year is called Judas and the Black Messiah.
Okay, you really like that one a lot.
Yeah, so
it's
on HBO Max, and the story is about how the FBI used an informant to infiltrate the Black Panther Party, and so it was really fascinating. It was great, and I kind of enjoyed every minute of it.
And that was the guy from Get Out, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get Out.
I really want to see that one.
That's Tucker from Johnny English too.
Really?
Yeah, he was the sidekick. And that's actually where I know him from.
Okay.
Yeah, so those are the only two things that I've seen. So I just started watching Stargirl on HBO Max, but that was from last year. But overall, that's a good show.
Yeah,
but
really
I can't wait for like the
TV
future
shows.
movies and future TV shows that.
Okay, well,
everything's going to.
let me. Because Judas and Black Messiah, I was actually going to ask if anyone saw that, but now that you said you haven't recommended, well, what about you guys? Let's start with Reap since you just went JT. Didn't you both watch Superman and Lois or whatever? Was that the name of the show?
Yeah, it's Superman and Lois.
How's that like visually, story-wise so far?
It's really good. Like, it's surprisingly really solid. And, I'm not really too partial for the CW shows. Like, I just, not really a big fan of them. Like Flash or like, Supergirl or Batwoman, when they came out, I was just like,
Yeah, now those shows are generally
they were
not
like kind
that
of
great.
cringy. Yeah, but this one, it
Low
really
budget
doesn't
stuff.
feel like it's from CW, because you watch some scenes from it, and it looks kind of just like Man of Steel. They're really taking stuff from Man of Steel, and like the cinematography, like the way he like shoots up like that, and he's like going like supersonic like through the sky.
Yeah, Reap, I totally agree with you. Like
The lighting too.
the CW put.
It's like Zack Snyder-ish.
Yeah, I think what the CW did is, this is my opinion, they saw Man of Steel and realized, how can we make this into a compatible TV show that can draw general audiences and superhero, like comic book lovers, in? And that's what they did. It's so grounded. He goes back to Smallville. There's different characters that you have not seen
And he has
in
a
a
family.
while.
Yeah.
And so, other than, the early 2000s show where, that's really cool. But I can't wait to see how the show goes on from now. It's actually been renewed for season 2, so
That's good.
I don't know how season 1's going to end, but the future looks bright for Superman and Lois.
Yeah, and I was gonna say that I like that they really put a lot of heart in this, because he's trying to be a dad, and he's raising his 2 teenage sons, and he's trying to make like the right moves, but at the same time, like, he's trying to like balancing the weight of being Superman, and there's like the whole like dynamic with that. It's really cool, and the new actor is like pretty good too, because I remember him from like the cameo that he had in it was Supergirl, right? Yeah, I remember that cameo because my friend showed me that,
Okay.
and I thought like, yeah, he's not so bad, but in this one, like, he's bringing it.
Okay.
They all are, like, no one's like kind of like standing out like any weak links or anything. It's just
Yeah.
it's all really good.
Well,
But
that's
yeah,
good.
it's kind of like Man of Steel, but like with more heart.
Okay.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Yeah,
Because it was on.
humanizing. Like,
It
him a little
was
more.
not on my watch list at all. Like even on my
Oh,
radar.
it wasn't on mine
just
either,
because
yeah.
of the CW, but I keep
Mm,
hearing pretty
same
good things
thing,
outside
yeah.
of you guys too. I keep hearing pretty good things about it,
Mhm.
so I definitely added it to my radar. I'm probably gonna do what one of our other friends is doing
Yeah.
and just wait for it to all hit HBO Max.
Mhm. It is on the app, but it has like a whole bunch of ads.
Yeah, and I'm just
Yeah.
gonna wait for all episodes and probably
Mhm.
watch them all within like a few
Mhm.
days.
Yeah,
But
but
yeah,
like I said, like it actually is solid.
okay.
Yeah, not too bad.
Any of y'all, I don't suppose, saw Cobra Kai season 3?
Mm-mm.
No.
Yeah,
No?
I haven't watched any of those.
And you haven't watched any of them?
No.
Those- They're actually really good. That was one of my.
Really?
Technically, I knew that the show existed. Back when it was on YouTube Red, I think it was
Mhm.
called,
Oh,
because
wow.
I've had
Yeah,
YouTube Original or YouTube Premium for
Mhm.
like 5, 6, maybe even 7 years now,
Yeah.
because it was included in one of the apps that I'm already
Yeah.
paying for.
Mhm.
But I never saw it, and then it hit Netflix, and I'm like, oh, I keep hearing pretty good things about
So
that.
it's just like the bad group, like in Karate Kid, right?
Yeah, well, they flipped the script. What they do is they have the original actors,
Mhm.
the one who
I was
played
gonna say the blonde kid, right?
the blonde kid.
Yeah.
They kind of flipped the chessboard. Let's say, like, now
Mhm.
it's focused on him and his perspective. So now
Mm.
he sees, as the Karate Kid guy, Daniel LaRusso. He sees him as a bad guy, and you see through his point of
And you
view,
see through his-
and
yeah.
how that
That's
one
cool. That's
that one moment kind of not ruined his life, but kind of made it to where
Mhm.
he lost confidence and all that, and
So does he have like regret or something, or?
yeah, there's a lot. So he's trying to bring back karate to
Mhm.
better himself and his students.
So trying to give like a better name to like the Cobra
Yeah,
Kai.
but a lot of stuff
Okay.
happens. Season 3 picks up where season 2 left off, which was a pretty big cliffhanger. So
Mhm.
that's why I'm kind of glad I didn't see it when it was a YouTube original,
Mhm, mhm.
because if not, I would have been waiting 2 years to
Yeah.
see where it goes. But it's a pretty good show, even
No, I
though
need to
the
see it. Yeah.
the
Okay.
season 3, I feel like, is kind of really out there at moments in terms of believability. But it's overall it's fun, it's funny. It's not like what's it called, Citizen Kane level type like
Mm.
seriousness. It knows what it is,
Right.
and it has fun with itself,
Okay.
and it tells a fun story
Does it
with
still
good
have kind
character.
of like that 80s vibe to it?
Oh yeah,
also,
yeah.
right?
There's a
Yeah.
lot of references. The music's very 80s.
Yeah, references to the original.
It's just like they bring that aspect of the 80s in modern time,
Mhm.
and those characters feel kind of real. So I would recommend it
yep.
myself.
Okay.
It's one of the better things I've seen this
Mhm.
year so far, other
Mhm.
than WandaVision,
Yeah,
obviously.
yeah.
And I'm put that Superman and Lois in my list, but not a lot has happened in terms of show so far.
Mhm.
Movies, kind of the same thing. We're really close to getting a threshold of just a bunch of different stuff coming out soon.
But it's been such a weird, year.
Yeah.
So
we
hopefully,
covered.
like stuff starts like turning up
Well,
now, like for the better.
speaking of, or I was gonna ask at this point about the Judas and the Black Messiah, but since we covered that already, another HBO movie that came first to HBO and while it came out to theaters. Anyone see that Little Things movie?
No, I haven't.
My mom and my brother were watching it, and I walked in and I saw like a little bit of it. Yeah, Jared Leto he's great. He's so good, and he's just like chill you to the bone kind of good, which I'm hoping like he brings to the Snyder Cut of Justice League as the Joker again, because I want to see him in a better light. But hopefully this stuff is like just like prep for him, so that he can really bring it. He was really good. He's just like a complete psycho.
But like, were you interested in maybe seeing the full thing?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
Okay, because I haven't really looked much into it. It's got, in my opinion, a pretty good looking cast. It's got a lot of names I like.
I think it's like kind of one of those so where like the lines between like good and bad are kind of like blurred. Like even like the good guys like do some like bad stuff that is just that they and then like of course and then Jared Leto is just the worst.
Well, I don't suppose any of y'all have seen that new Disney movie. What is it, Raya and the Last Dragon or something like
that?
that?
I haven't paid for that yet. But it's $30. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right. I was going to see if anyone was wanting to talk about it, but we're all kind of in the same boat. I think $30 means no buy for me because that's more expensive than it would be for me to just go to the goddamn theater.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say, there's nothing that's really compelling for me to watch right now. Like, okay, well, I have to order this right now and watch it. When I saw the trailers, I'm like, like it looks nice and stuff, but... Well,
I couldn't get hyped for it.
It's not really my thing, yeah.
No,
like, not really hyped.
It didn't look like
just
something that I would want to...
for me, no.
It didn't look like something I would want to spend $30 on.
Yeah,
similar to like Mulan last year.
It's kind of like Moana meets Kung Fu Panda.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's what it looks like.
Well, I think they need to rethink their structure because even for Black Widow, I personally wouldn't pay $30 for it because that's the same price as just owning the movie at that point, like buying it Blu-ray or whatever.
Is it still gonna come out in the theater?
Yeah, they're still scheduled to.
Okay.
Yeah. So speaking of Black Widow, I think that's the most anticipated movie.
Well, hold on, I'll stop you there. We're gonna get to that part. We're still covering this. We're gonna get
we're gonna
anticipation first, or anticipation is gonna be probably our last thing. Anyone been playing anything? No.
Yeah, other than Ghosts,
No. I mean, you played a little bit of that Destruction All Stars the other day on my PS5. Did you think that was all right?
I don't.
Other than the Fortnite cringy looking
like that
characters,
that it looks like Fortnite, but I mean, it was fun. I was having fun with it, so.
Not a bad. They actually.
It's just mindless fun, pretty much.
I agree. I don't like the style at all. I wish it was more like closer to Twisted Metal back in the day.
Twisted Metal is really good. I mean, I just like car games. Like I'm playing like a destruction rally game called Wreckfest, and that's pretty fun. Like it's just a fun like arcade style like smash 'em up. But other than that, yeah, I like playing like those kind of games. They're fun.
Okay, yeah. No, yeah, I played it myself a little bit of that.
Like, I just don't, again, I just don't like that little bit of Fortnite.
Yeah, no, it's that
like
weird.
literally the same.
It looks like that weird cartoony, like, trendy now bullshit type
watch
shit.
they put the Xenomorph in it.
Oh. I mean, I'd rather see
That's a whole other can of worms that we will not open up.
Yeah, so I've been playing that Control Ultimate Edition. It's just 2019's Control updated to PS5. Crash 4 actually got updated to PS5 too. So do you think you could see yourself playing that out again?
Nope.
Too much rage.
I hate Crash. It's so rage inducing. I can't do it. I bite the controller because of how mad I get. I can't do it.
It's so good though. It's so much fun.
No, I'd rather play Demon Souls than that.
Crash Souls.
Demon Souls than Crash.
That's the thing. Like we call it Crash Souls because it's just the same.
Wow.
It's just pain. Nothing but wow.
Yeah, I love those games though. I honestly I honestly am gonna pick it up for the PS5 pretty soon probably.
The racing games are too.
Now though, I guess now that we've covered the first 3 months of 2021 so far, let's move on to what you were going at, most anticipated things of 2021. Right before we go to predictions. So we'll start off with you, JT, since you seemed really eager to get out what 2021. What would you say you're looking forward to the most?
First of all, 2021 is going to give us a lot of cool movies that has been in development for a long time. Black Widow is one of those movies I am looking forward to. I'm going to watch it in theaters. I won't watch it on Disney Plus because all this hype of the first female MCU movie within this 20 plus movies. I mean, it's meant for the big screen.
Actually, first female movie was actually Captain Marvel. That title has been taken.
Right.
Beat her to it.
Yep. But still, I actually don't think they're going to put it on Disney Plus. They said that they wanted to be strictly movie theater as of right now. They could change that later, but it's definitely a movie theater exclusive.
Personally, I kind of just want to watch it for Hopper's character from Stranger Things as the basically Soviet version of Captain America.
So another movie that I'm looking forward to is the Fast Nine, the Fast and Furious 9, the ninth movie, because I've been following that movie all throughout since its first movie in 2000s, and the way it kind of evolved into this family focus instead of the cars and everything. It's really come together. Family. And also, the passing of Paul Walker, who played Brian in the franchise, really kind of derailed everything. But at least they're coming together and finally finishing the franchise with 9 and 10. So I'm looking forward to that. Spider-Man Homeworld.
No Way Home.
Did you see the one where the actors are posting 3 different titles for it?
Yeah.
That's very cool.
Official title is No Way Home.
Yeah, No Way Home.
Yeah, Spider-Man No Way Home. I'm looking for that because it's supposed to be a Spider-Man multiverse. And Tom Holland's character is going to hopefully be paired with Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire. I don't know that's for sure, but it's going to look pretty cool. And also Doctor Strange.
Yeah. Hey, one thing they should have, though, Rent.
Give me rent.
Give me rent. Give me rent. I hope they bring back that guy.
No, what they really need to bring back is back the formula.
Oh, no kidding. No kidding.
If he
Willem
shows
Dafoe.
up, I will shit my pants.
And also, Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, because of how WandaVision ended, is going to be spectacular. And also directed by Sam Raimi, who directed the Spider-Man trilogies from the early 2000s. It's going to be chaos.
Is that this year? I thought that was next year.
No, I think it's next year.
Yeah, I was going to say, because we got I think, Black Widow, Shang-Chi, and Eternals this year. Oh. So you getting way ahead of yourself.
Yeah, I'm getting way ahead of myself. Sorry.
No, I get
so excited.
Too. I don't even know what their lineup is.
What's it called? Are you looking forward? Any of you guys looking forward to Falcon and the Winter Soldier?
The only thing is just those are the 2 characters I personally did not like the most out of the span of the Marvel movies.
Those were some of the more interesting. Well, not more interesting, but they like in Civil War, they had good, fun chemistry.
Don't bring up that movie because I still have problems with it. Personally, I do not like Civil War all that much because it's Bucky's and Falcon's fault for a lot of things that happen.
Yeah, but
Falcon for paralyzing Rhodey, and Bucky for just getting away with all this stuff.
No. That was what's it called? That was Rhodey's own fault for getting in the way of Vision's thing. How Falcon didn't shoot that laser. Falcon did not shoot that laser.
Nope. That movie's just a tongue lashing against Tony. That's it. That's all.
He
that's
deserved
all
it. He's the cause of everything bad in the universe.
Nope.
Well, actually, believe it or not, I actually agree with Reeps on this one. I am anticipating Falcon and the Winter Soldier, but I think it's going to be just a cookie cutter Marvel TV show because WandaVision was a whole lot different. I enjoy that every second, but I think that Falcon and Winter Soldier is going to be more serious. It's going to have a great story, but at the same time, it's we've seen this before in Civil War. We don't need another espionage type.
Well, it's like Cap territory, right? And if you're really a fan of Cap, then you probably
that was one of the better aspects, or one of the better realms within the MCU. My favorite aspects personally were the mystical, over the top, alien shit, stuff like that. But out of the smaller things, each little corner of the crevice or of the MCU, I most likely like stuff like
So you
Winter
like the more
Soldier.
like espionage?
Yeah,
like
I
stealth
found that to
soldiers
have some of the better action,
Yeah.
Okay.
some of the slightly more in depth
You
like
really
stories.
liked Winter Soldier, right? Like you're a Captain America
Yeah,
fan.
yeah, I love Captain America,
No,
but
it was good. Oh, I liked Winter Soldier a lot.
yeah, like it didn't feel like it felt grounded. It felt like something
Mhm.
those characters should be going for.
And that's the thing, like Falcon and Bucky were like they were badass in that one. I just didn't like. Just personally for me, because like I just didn't like their, the choices they did for them, like in the later Marvel movies. And also, I'm an Iron Man fanboy, so
Get out of here.
get out.
But what's it called? No, but any of y'all saw that clip? The clips they released for them? No.
Nope. I didn't-
Well, the thing is, because I don't want to spoil it for myself either.
Well, they released.
I'm gonna watch it anyway. That's the thing.
They
Me
released
too.
a couple clips, and it just looks like what's it called? Anthony Mackie and Sebastian Stan are just they have the same type of chemistry they did in
Mhm.
Civil War,
Yeah.
where they like want to be buddies because they have a common friend.
Well, I was
and
gonna say it's kind of like a sort of like a buddy cop
Yeah.
thing, but
it looked like they
Yeah.
want to kind of be friends, but they're like, nah. They it just
kind of like a Lethal Weapon.
yeah.
like,
The clips
dynamic.
they released just showed their chemistry where they're just like bullshitting with each other and.
Mhm.
While still trying to pretend they're both too cool to like each other, type of deal.
But then again, I won't just close it off and be like, oh, well, I'm not gonna like it. If they like turn it around and like they make these two characters that I didn't like so much, but they make them like way better in my eyes, and I'll get behind it, because that's what happened with WandaVision. Again, like I wasn't the biggest fan of those two, but WandaVision just turned it around, and we need to talk about that, by the way, because I absolutely adored WandaVision. I thought it was pretty much like the best show
Mm-hmm.
of this year. And
Well, before we go on to maybe that, what else is coming out soon? We got Kong and Godzilla, or Godzilla versus
Monk.
Kong. Yeah, Godzilla
Monk.
versus Monk. No, I honestly, I'm kind of excited for that, but I personally can't get too hyped. It looks like they're gonna do Godzilla dirty, unless
I have
there's
a feeling
unless
they're gonna do
yeah.
that. And I'm a really big Godzilla fan.
But I have a feeling they're going a certain way, which I'm not gonna spoil just in case anyone hasn't seen the leaked things or
yeah, let's not say that. Yeah.
But I saw them going that direction even before seeing the leaks.
No, same. Yeah. I
but
did too.
It still looks like it's doing Godzilla dirty based on the trailer we've gotten.
Which is gonna hurt.
Yeah.
Which is gonna
Yeah.
hurt for me to see, because King of the Monsters like got him to like god tier level of strength, and I feel like this is just gonna be a step back. But here's the thing: it might not necessarily go that way because of what we
Yeah.
what we're spoiled with.
Yeah.
I guess because.
Well, let's
I don't
just
wanna
leave it at
talk
that.
about it.
Let's
Yeah,
just leave it at that.
How
about you,
for
JT?
another time when we actually do see it? And then
You
we'll go back
looking-
and watch it.
You're looking forward to that one by any chance?
I'm not a big Kong fan. I'm not a big Godzilla fan. I've seen both Kong Skull Island and also Godzilla King of the Monsters. It will be fascinating to watch, but I'm not anticipating I'm anticipating a decent movie. And hopefully it goes well. I'm going to watch it, but I don't know. It might surprise me.
How do you guys feel about Mortal Kombat?
Oh yeah, let's get this on.
Annihilation Part 2.
Yeah. No.
Begun.
No, don't you
The
dare.
earth was created in 7 days. So shall it be destroyed.
Don't put that on us, man. Don't put us. No,
That just means it's going to be amazing then if it's like that. Personally, for me.
I mean, the visuals looks great. I can see like
All their
a
costumes
dark
look very good.
direction, which is Mortal Kombat, especially with the games, is
Mhm.
violent. This is gonna be violent. It's gonna be a good story, and
well, the cinematography, or not cinematography, the choreography looks pretty good
yes.
so far
Yes,
from what
I
we've
agree
seen.
with
Well,
that.
I was going to say when Sub-Zero does like the blood thing and he freezes it and stabs, that's straight from the game.
I was about
That's
to say
from
that's
Mortal
straight up
Kombat
from like
X.
Mortal Kombat
MK11
X.
also. Yeah, that's straight from that. And when I saw that, I was just like, yes. Because the thing is, like, I've always wanted to see a Mortal Kombat movie just like with a lot of budget. And I think like before, like they were so goofy and
Mhm.
low budget before. And seeing it like in this slide, it gets me hyped. It really gets me hyped for it. And like y'all were saying, all the characters' costumes look amazing, especially Sub-Zero, which I think he's gonna be like a central villain to it, which I really want to see. And also, I think it's probably most likely the first Sub-Zero.
Mm-hmm.
I have a feeling that the new guy in it, the kid,
It's going to be the second one,
yeah,
right?
I think so.
Yeah, the one that's
I think
usually
so,
good.
Yeah,
I
but yeah,
could see
they
that.
all look really good. We even got to see Goro.
Mm-hmm.
Like his CGI looks really good too.
It looks a little bit wonky, but it looks all right. It looks.
You know,
it looks
I still
passable.
like the first one, like the practical effect.
The puppet.
Yeah, the puppet.
Yeah, the little animatronic
I
guy.
liked it. Just
Hey,
had a
the
charm.
first one from the '90s has a special place in my heart.
You know, if you go to the Scorpion fight with Johnny Cage
Mm-hmm.
when he's in the woods, you can see a car passing by
Really?
through the trees. It's a white car that passes by.
Oh man, rewatch time.
Yeah, I have to show you that. But it's really funny.
What else is coming out?
Oh. Dude, man, next Thursday.
Oh yes,
Snyder Cut, baby. Let's
the
go.
Snyder Cut. How could I forget? We're probably gonna be doing a next weekend special. Probably record next Sunday and see about maybe reviewing that and the and the first episode of Falcon and the Winter Soldier. What are you guys' opinions on Snyder Cut? How are you feeling about it?
No, I'm gonna be staying up with my friend to watch that. It's gonna be 4 hours of this madman's vision.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? Like I do admire that this is actually coming full circle. This is what he wanted to do at the beginning. It's gonna be so much better than what we got, and there's no way it's gonna be worse than than the one that was released.
Hopefully
There's
not.
no way.
I mean, never say never,
It'll be
but yeah.
interesting. Go into it with an open mind. It's gonna be. I feel like it's just gonna be very injustice.
Mhm.
Just to see,
Yeah, actually, I totally agree.
Elseworlds kind of like.
Yes, I totally agree with Reeps and that this is Zack Snyder's baby.
And
He's
more about it.
been
Yeah.
development with like Man of Steel, BVS, now Justice League. The way it was designed to be. So hopefully, when like all the critics and all the fans view this movie, they will see, wow, Zack Snyder really knows what he was doing, and WB screwed him
Yeah, I
up
was going
to
to
like
say
high
WB
hell.
held him back.
I don't know. I don't know if I would say that he knows what he was doing. Personally, I didn't think Man of Steel and BVS were. I mean, I enjoyed
Great action scenes. Great.
Yeah.
It's very good to look at. Yeah.
I don't really care for the direction he was going, but I do want to, like you guys said, I do appreciate how much he fought for this, and I want to see, just out of the sheer passion, I am looking forward to see what he was going to cook for us, because I do feel like his personal problems and then Warner Brothers not wanting to wait up on him really kind of screwed up his vision,
Right.
and just out of sheer respect for the guy, I am looking forward to it, to see what we would have gotten. And like Reap said, I don't see it being worse than what we got.
It can't be. It's just impossible.
But yeah, no, I personally, I look forward to it. It looks like it's gonna have some cool imagery, which if Zack Snyder movies, I will say that's one thing they do usually now, is some really cool visuals.
And that's the thing, because most of it is going to take place in the Nightmare universe. That's what they were saying, and that, to me, that was the best aspect of BVS. Like, I wanted to see more of that world, so that's why I'm really excited for it, because I want to see that.
Yeah,
Again, very injustice-y,
4 hours. So 4 hours is. I hope it's actual
Madman's vision.
I hope it's 4 hours, because most movies, when they first record them, half of the time they're about 4 or 6 hours, and then they trim the fat and do that. So I'm hoping that it's actual 4 hours of movie, and not just 2 hours of actual movie, and then the other 2 hours are just the filler stuff he didn't want to cut off, and he just wanted to boast about, like, hey, I got a 4-hour movie. Like, I hope that it's not just fluff. It's not just
4
the
hours
stuff
of a madman's vision.
Yeah, like 2 minutes of Lois Lane sitting on her desk drinking coffee, and then Bruce Wayne picking her up for a date or some shit like that.
They say that, right? Like that Batman was supposed to hook up with Lois Lane
In one of the original versions. I don't know if that's gonna make it into this, but I wouldn't be surprised.
Snyder cut.
The true Snyder cut.
No, no, I'm not a fan of that.
I could see where he's going with it, but yeah, I mean, it seems like that'd be one of those things that would take up time in the movie that doesn't need to be the focus of the Justice League. What else? What else is there? So we got some of the anything in the back end of the year.
Oh yeah. No Time to Kill. The final James Bond with Daniel Craig. That's coming out, I believe, this year. So I mean, I'm really looking forward to that. You know, Daniel Craig has been doing a great job with James Bond and being grounded in everything that he does. And
Did you like Spectre?
I did a little bit, but
it
not
wasn't that
but
bad.
not
Like,
but not as
other
quite.
People say.
I actually, my favorite James Bond movie of the Daniel Craig series got to be Casino Royale.
Yeah, man, I
the
was about
first
to
one.
say that's my favorite.
So
one
much
too.
action.
Mm-hmm.
It was great.
The
I feel-
strongest one in the series. Yeah.
I feel like Spectre was a bit of a miss. They had so much potential in certain aspects, and they just didn't see it through.
kind of lost it towards like the
Yeah.
middle.
Yeah.
Like I feel like they didn't get full use of Christoph Waltz. I feel
Mhm.
like they wasted Bautista.
That was a great fight, and he,
Yeah.
in my opinion, he should have been the main villain.
Yeah, he stole the scene whenever he was and he didn't even speak. I don't think
No,
just
no,
his
no.
presence was intense.
That's a great thing about.
So
Bautista,
I agree. I kind of look forward. I mean, it's a 007 movie. I've been
Mhm.
enjoying all of them, even the weaker ones so far with the Daniel Craig ones.
Yeah.
They were still watchable, still fun to watch, in my opinion.
I even like Quantum, and like apparently
was
that one's
alright.
supposed to be like kind of weak too, but
It was alright.
I thought it was great. I thought it was fine. Me personally, but
I could see why people hate it. I don't hate it, but I
it's a
don't.
lot of action.
I don't really like it just on the fact that I don't even remember what happens in it. The other ones I could kind of remember what goes on. That one is just I know of its existence. I
Mhm.
can't tell you even remotely what the plot was about.
Mhm. But the thing is, I didn't even get it all that much. Like, wait, what were they doing again? It was like something with oil. Or
That's what I'm saying. I
Yeah.
have no memory of what even happened in that movie. It was very forgettable
Mhm.
for me.
Also, like the camera shots in that one were like a little shaky.
Yeah.
Right,
But
did
I don't
you see
remember
that
it
one
being
too?
a horrible movie. I just don't remember it.
It wasn't horrible. And that's the thing. Like this whole series, like just hasn't been like horrible. Like it's gone out of its way to like frustrate me or anything.
Yeah.
What?
But I'm
else?
excited for that too, JD. Yeah. I do want to see that.
Well, I'm excited for that, and one that already came out, but I'm not paying $20 for it. Once Willy's Wonderland comes out, I feel like the three of us should have a watch
heard
party.
what,
Oh, yeah.
We have a friend who saw it.
Yeah,
We could
another movie that. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, so another movie that that I'm really looking forward to see is A Quiet Place Part 2. Supposed to come out this year.
I keep forgetting they keep
Yeah.
like wasn't that supposed to come out like a couple weeks ago and then they re-pushed it back?
Yeah.
They pushed it back again.
Man, that one I was looking forward to
Mm.
seeing it that weekend when it was gonna come out, and then boom, closed,
Yep.
and they pushed it back, and then they
Yep.
pushed it back.
But like I was saying before, hopefully things turn out for the better. Like,
Mhm. Well, y'all looking forward to any games or anything like that?
Turtles, the trailer that we saw yesterday.
Yeah, the new Ninja Turtles,
Mhm.
Shredder's
Personally, I
Revenge.
like
No
that. I
way.
like the retro style.
Yeah, no, they're making like the old Ninja Turtles arcade games.
You
Yeah.
remember like Turtles in Time?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
basically like kind of like.
Oh, no way.
They're
That's
making
awesome.
a new one and it looks fantastic.
What's it called again?
Shredder's Revenge.
Yeah, Shredder's Revenge.
Ooh.
Hopefully it's not a flop like that reboot of the Battletoads. God damn,
Dude,
that
hopefully
movie-
it's like
that-
it's really hard also because those games are like really, really difficult.
Well, yeah, because they usually only have like 7 levels, but they're so hard that they
Do you remember when we played it in free play?
free play.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We were there for a while too.
Other than that, there's what else is coming out on the game side. We got stuff. Hopefully they don't delay it, but I could see them doing it. The new God of War Ragnarok. That's
Ooh.
quote unquote
Which
very
is a
loosely supposed to be
beautiful
dropped this
game.
year.
Uh,
And if it's as good as the first one,
mhm.
man, I'm ready for it.
Yeah, that one was like it was like a movie. Honestly, and like like watching you play it and stuff. It's just like this is like it's just epic. It's like a Lord of the Rings of
Mhm.
games.
Oh, yeah, because I played it on the PS4. Man, the visuals on the PS4. I mean, I know the PS5 is
crystal clear.
like crystal
yeah.
clear, but on the PS4 it was still groundbreaking. I mean, the story and the combat,
Mhm.
it's unbelievably
The
good.
development for Kratos. Yeah.
Yeah,
how
it's
he's changed.
It's unbelievable.
What about you, JT? Did you play Horizon Zero Dawn?
I did. Yeah, I did play the original Rise Zero Dawn. Also, that's also another game that I'm looking forward to.
Okay, yeah,
is-
because I was gonna
Did you
say
like
Yeah.
it? Did you like it?
yeah, I did.
I didn't know if you were played the first one because
I did.
the new one's supposed to come out
Mhm.
like probably summer or a few months after that.
Mhm.
And I personally am looking forward to it. I thought the first
they
one.
show it in the trailers for the PS5 stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Looking forward to God of War. What else? Hopefully a new Outlast.
Mm-hmm. I was
It's
gonna say
coming
you're looking forward to more games and probably
Yeah.
VR. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you guys seen the list. The list for 2021 is it's pretty solid, pretty stacked. If Ragnarok, what's it called? Horizon Zero Dawn, Stray, that cat game.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
man,
yeah. That seems really cool.
I mean, you put a cat in a game and you tell me I could be controlling the cat, I'm playing the shit out of that game.
No, it's the same. I want to play that too.
There's a game called Shifu that looks pretty cool. I don't know.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen the
Or
trailers for that
Sifu.
yet.
No, Sifu, not Shifu. I'm thinking Master Shifu from
Yeah, I was about to say that name's familiar.
And,
Shifu.
Sifu. It looks pretty cool. I have to show you guys that trailer sometimes. Other than that, I know a couple years ago they announced an Outlast 3, and it's gonna be like co-op, but I don't see it coming out this year. They've been pretty quiet, but I think originally it was supposed to come out maybe this year. I may be wrong.
Resident Evil.
Oh, Village.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Village. Yeah, a tall mummy.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. How could I forget? Because I love horror games, and the last one was pretty good. And the last one got a good balance
a horror
between
game that you're stuck in a house with a mistress vampire.
Dude,
lady.
man, I'm still stuck in the basement of the first part of the game. I was so scared when the old guy was coming at me.
Welcome to the family.
Yeah,
but anyway, another game I'm looking forward to is Gotham Knights. That's supposed to come out this year.
Okay.
You're excited about the DC
with the
games coming
DC
out.
property. So
What about the Suicide Squad game? You're excited for that one too?
I don't really know about that one.
I don't like how they look. Like King Shark especially is just I don't know.
I honestly don't see that game being that great, especially because I'm pretty sure they're gonna turn it into a game as a service, kind of like Marvel's The Avengers type shit. I could 100% or not 100%. I could 90% see that's probably where they're gonna head with that.
I wanted a Superman game. And there was rumors coming out before.
Oh yeah,
and
but Rocksteady, right?
And I think my friend David was showing me that, and I think and then he was just like, oh no, bro, he's actually a villain for Suicide Squad.
Cause it's Suicide Squad kills the Justice League. Bullshit.
What?
Bullshit.
Yeah.
Heck no, that's just some booty right there. What else is coming out? What else? Game wise, it seems to be pretty stacked this year.
Yeah, I would say so.
It was stacked last year. For the most part, we had a few Nintendo stuff came out, a lot of Sony
Luigi's
stuff.
Mansion 3. The best one. I
Animal
think
Crossing
so
is also a big popular, especially during this pandemic where
your sister plays that one too, right?
Yeah, a lot of people got the Switches. That was really the top seller, and also with the consoles.
Speaking of Nintendo Switch, real quick, any of y'all heard the rumors or anything like that of the new Switch?
Oh,
no.
like the Pro 2 or something.
The new
Switch
one.
Pro 2.
Like, would any of y'all interested in that? I personally, I'm not too big.
Is it actually a thing? Is it actually a thing, or is it just a meme that's going around?
No, these leaks have been going on for a while.
Uh-huh.
But there's one that's recently that's a bit more credible.
Because I've seen a bunch of memes of it.
And there's a prototype too that's kind of been leaked. Again, I don't know how legit.
That's really soon. Then
take it with a grain of salt. But yeah, it sounds like this year is finally the year where they might actually go. They say that it's gonna have a Samsung OLED screen on it. When you dock it, it's gonna have 4K resolution, and it's just gonna perform a bit better from
Did it
what
say
I hear.
anything about can you stream with it or something, or no?
Probably not. You know how Nintendo rolls.
Damn
You know how Nintendo rolls with streaming. You stream
always
you stream a JPEG of Mario and you're gonna get flagged.
I know the Wii used to do that. We used to watch Netflix way back then, but through the Wii.
Yeah.
It worked.
Oh, like that type of streaming. I thought
Hulu
you meant
no.
like
It
Twitch
was
streaming.
No.
Oh, okay. No, honestly, Nintendo goes by their own drum, and I feel like it's gonna just be the Switch, just with a little bit added extra power.
Most likely, then. But that's pretty soon. That's really soon, because the Switch hasn't even been out that long yet. I would say
it's been 4 years.
But even then, like,
It's been 4 years.
but compare that to like the PS4's like
yeah,
span. Yeah.
but around the 4 year mark, they had the PS Pro and the Xbox Series or Xbox One X. So this seems like Nintendo wants to jump on that mid-gen refresh type shit.
Oh, okay. Well, then I
would
guess
that
it's
interest
time
y'all to buy one? Because I know you, Reeps, recently sold yours.
Maybe I'm just gonna have to see like all the specs and stuff. What it has.
What if they come out and they're like, ours is...
I do have a soft spot for Nintendo. Like,
what if they're like, oh, our current one, we're not changing the price. It's $300.
They
This
hate
new
their
one,
customers, but
this new one, we're making it $600. What do you drop six figures or 600 hundo on it? 500.
I don't know. I don't even know if like I would be able to get one right when it comes out.
Yeah, no,
I want to get a PS5 when it came out.
That ain't happening.
Scalpers ruined it. I was watching that movie the other day. God damn it!
How about you, JT? Do you would that interest you? Would that entice you?
I'm a Sony guy through and through. I had a
PC and
PlayStation.
PlayStation.
PlayStation 2. I have a PlayStation 4. About to say what? PlayStation 5. I had the PSP. I had the Game Boy. I had the Game Boy Color.
Yeah.
I mean, Sony through and through. No Nintendo. No Microsoft.
Well, at least Sony likes their customers. Nintendo doesn't anymore.
They know that if you treat people right, they're gonna come back. That's how a business should be. You give
There'll be a shift. There will be a shift.
Hopefully, you never know, because they are Nintendo again. They have the reputation, so they know they could push the boundaries in terms of their fan base. Like they could poke them a bit more than the other.
They feel like they're a little too big for their britches sometimes. Like I feel like they think of themselves like the Disney of games or something. And they're even doing like the theme park. Like
they did recently pass over 80 million sales on the Switch, so obviously they know that they have people in the palm of their hands.
And it's like they do make good games. At least now, like they're making really good games now.
They are.
I agree. I just feel like they could be a bit more nicer to their fan base.
But the support for it, it's not there.
Yeah, they pull a lot of BS sometimes, but honestly, as long as they keep giving the content that they do, and if they were to just kind of loosen the leash they have, I feel like it'd be for the best of everyone.
Do you think maybe it's like because like they've just been around for like so long and they're like,
well, it's just they know they could release anything. They could release a 1 hour Mario game and it'd get like 10 out of 10 and sell millions.
Because like everything's just Mario now. Just Mario releases, and like like Donkey Kong Country, like forget that, or like Zelda, forget that. Let's just do a re-release of Skyward Sword or something, and that was like no.
But is there any big
a bunch
Nintendo
of other
games
too, like Metroid 4? What Metroid?
Is there any big ones that are supposed to come out this year, like that aren't a remake?
How about Dying Light 2?
Dying Light 2 already came out.
Oh, it did?
Oh no! That got pushed back. Yeah, Dying Light 2 got pushed back.
Well, I was gonna say their what's it called? Oh, the direct that they did. I think they showed like a second part for Mario Golf.
Okay.
Thingy, yeah.
And Splatoon
another
3,
Mario
Splatoon 3,
Splatoon
right?
3, which I
it just looks like Splatoon 2, which looked like Splatoon 1 in my opinion.
And I think they added 2 more like anime characters to Smash Bros. Yeah.
Okay, but no major staple.
Not like anything to go like shit about.
Not a new Smash, not a new mainstream Mario. It's just like the golf one.
Yeah.
Okay, because I didn't actually watch the direct
at least
last
for
time.
What I remember.
Oh no, they have that new Pokemon, the open world one.
Well, that was from a while ago, right?
No, that was from their latest direct. There's this open world. Well, they're all open world, but this like one that looks like knockoff Breath of the Wild graphics.
Oh no, yeah, I think.
And it's set like back in the day, like a wooden Pokeball or something like that.
Okay,
that could be fun. Honestly, a good Pokemon game.
Yeah.
And then I guess for the most part, that's all I could think that I really would be looking forward to this year. I mean, I know we probably missed a lot of stuff.
A dream game like from Nintendo, like for me, at least personally for me, would be like an open world Donkey Kong game, kind of like the Donkey Kong equivalent to like Mario Odyssey or something, where you get to go to like a whole bunch of different locations around the world. Like, but it would be Donkey Kong, so it'd be like either like the jungle or the city, or, like. or just like a whole bunch of different locations and stuff. You could be different characters. I think that would be cool.
Yeah, I could see.
And there
that.
was like an anniversary, right, for Donkey Kong. And I don't think
Wait.
they did anything.
I'll cut you off right there real quick. You trash talk Crash Bandicoot, but you're willing to talk about goddamn Donkey Kong.
DK's better.
Those Donkey Kong, in my opinion, is just as hard as Crash Bandicoot half of the time.
Yeah, because the OGs played.
You play some of that old Donkey Kong, you're dying almost as many times as Crash Bandicoot.
The underwater level.
Yeah,
That's
you got no room to say that Crash Bandicoot's hard.
Just, come on, man. Set your priorities.
I have
man.
a lot of harsh words for Crash that I will not say.
Crash is like 2% harder than Donkey Kong, in my opinion.
Actually, they're both probably just as bad.
Yeah.
No, Crash though is hard.
No,
It's
but DK's better because he's Monk.
Monk.
Because he's Monk. And that makes him better.
He's gonna lose to that radioactive lizard. I mean, Monk, he can't even get a crumb of coochie, man.
Someone did like a picture.
He got to kidnap his coochie to get a crumb of that.
So I did a picture of King K. Rool from Smash Bros. Like next to Donkey Kong. Is like
Godzilla versus Kong.
Monk.
But yeah, no, so I feel like this year's gonna looks a lot better than last year, obviously, in games, movies, TVs, anything entertainment, and just overall, it seems like stuff are gonna open back up. Hopefully, theaters eventually, because
still be careful of.
Yeah, because I mean, hopefully things get better. Because I do agree that I'm not gonna go running out to theaters, but I do miss the feeling of having a crowd like back in.
It's the experience.
The experience, like Endgame, you can't get that at home.
You were telling me that the other
like
day.
if I was streaming Endgame back in the days instead of watching it in IMAX, I would have been excited. It would have been cool, but just that giant screen that's bigger than my 60 inch I think I have. And I have surround sound, but it ain't gonna be IMAX.
But also how people like react to it too.
Yeah, and the crowd was half of the
when
fun.
they cheer, like you get pumped up, like in Infinity War and stuff. When it's like, "Bring me Thanos," and everyone's like, "Oh!"
Well, I got the cap stuff yelling Avengers Assemble such spoiled to me, but just the hype of seeing it on the first showing opening night, everybody was so excited. Even though it got spoiled to me, it's like it never even did.
It still got you. Yeah.
It still got me pumped. It still got me like if I was wearing a Fitbit, that thing would have been off the charts.
It just spikes up.
Yeah, and also like another movie that like came out in theaters a couple of years ago. Black Panther made actually a cultural impact.
Oh yeah, and everyone was like,
it was like
really
the biggest
too.
Opening.
Yeah,
in February in Black History Month, which kind of proves that movie theaters need to be open so we can have that community of like, hey, have you guys seen this movie? Let's all go to the theaters and watch it together.
Yeah. It's the vibe. It's the like the moment is a lot amplified because of how the experience is.
It's almost kind of like history in a way, because it's just a big impactful movie that you go see and everyone reacts to it. That'd be like me going back in time and see like Jaws or like Alien and see like people react to that, or like The Exorcist. But I would want to see it for the experience, and the same thing applies here. Yeah,
that's why I'm hoping eventually things go back a little bit to normal. Obviously, safety first,
right?
Better safe than sorry type of deal. But I will say I am gonna be pretty happy once that becomes a norm again. Once we could experience with other people, not just our own little circle. Somebody who shares that same energy. But yeah, it just I'm optimistic about what this year lies for us.
Same, yeah.
Not just in movies, like I said, or games and entertainment, but also for this podcast. I mean, maybe this episode we might have jumbled a bit, but I feel like we're just getting started and we're gonna learn. We're gonna
be too hot on yourself.
Man. We're just gonna keep going. We're gonna keep getting experience. We're gonna get better and better as time goes on. And it's fun just shooting the shit with you guys.
Oh yeah,
it feels better than the last time we did it.
Yeah,
I would say
So I mean, I guess we'll call this a night for tonight. Thank you all for listening, everybody here. Thank you, Reeps, for coming over, and JT for joining us as well. This has been the Screen Crusaders podcast. You could find us on YouTube as the Screen Crusaders. Same on Instagram and Twitter. Not a lot of content out right now, right? Like I said, we're just starting, but we're going to be trying to post weekly. Hopefully on YouTube we get a lot of stuff going on soon too, other little segments, not just a weekly podcast. But I look forward to having maybe even a community eventually this year start joining in, giving us topics that we could talk about, just having fun with us. But thanks again, guys. Y'all have a great night.